Ross, class of 58. From
58?
Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay. In the middle again?
I'm Ron Ross, class of 58, Alexandria, Virginia also.
And down here in the end?
I'm Walt McCullough, class of 59, Zion, Illinois.
59?
The great year.
Matt, you're being hit again.
I am? Again?
Class of 57.
All of them. 54.
121.
What was that one?
I'm gonna comb my hair.
Stands on his head too much.
25 classes I went through.
You guys all
You were hard on kids.
I wasn't too smart. It kept me
Is that what it is?
Hey, was your dad
Well, they kept giving us the paper upside down, and we thought we had to get on your head to read it.
You look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're coming.
You gotta get that. You gotta get a good-looking Marine in the picture.
Get in here, Marine.
He's the only good-looking one here. Right?
There you go.
You can move. That's a movie.
Take your hat off.
Now don't be surprised when you see them things being.
Oh, who's doing that? Only a Boy Scout boy. Only a Boy Scout boy. Anybody else have anything else to say?
88.
Job time!
He was over there in Saudi Arabia.
You're the one that got
Fresh
back.
new one.
No, he was in Saudi Arabia.
That good?
Yeah. Good. How you doing, Chip?
Okay.
Hey, is that Rodney there?
That's me.
What year did you graduate?
74.
74, huh?
Yeah. I'm an assistant family teacher out here, so the game is changed.
Uh-huh.
Instead of getting put
And we
on
got
the
who, Larry down there, huh?
the kids lose points. They earn negative points. Yeah.
How you doing, Larry?
How you doing, Marty?
Yeah.
Got some old timers in this book here.
How you doing there, Jose?
Pretty good.
Who is that in the middle? What year did you leave Boy Scout?
41.
41. How about the other guy on your other side there?
43.
43, both of
He
you.
lived
Huh?
with me. Yeah. We came out of the same shell.
Graduating class. Where did you get that?
I went over there and got it at the Georgia. Look at that firm.
We got 3 tickets. You gave me a total of 50.
He doesn't want to talk to me. This guy and I went to the same place together years ago. Yeah. I already got a picture of this guy right here. I want a picture of this. Okay?
Charlie!
I'm Bill's little brother.
You don't look like you, Bill.
I'm not Bill.
Who are you?
I'm the littlest.
Oh, is this Bill Bagney?
No.
That's Charlie! Charlie!
Marty, you go see Brother Roy?
Do what?
You go see Brother Roy, Carol?
Howdy, how are you?
My sister? I don't care. My sister doesn't have my credit card. How you doing? Here we are. All right, how you been? Shop.
See, this is what I was telling somebody the other day. First time in 30 years, I had nothing ever do it. Down here, I didn't let anybody know it was a time.
they won the World Series, I still think.
Well, those happen, Steve.
I want to get taken with Saudi Arabia here. Oh, that's enough. Oh, that's my...
But I guess, you know, a little later.
My camera went on.
The dance after the convention.
I raised 8 for most of them. Yep. Yeah, I did. Did I ever did?
Hey, Gino!
Nice to see you, Marty.
I'm standing here waiting for the flash in this video.
We have to put him in the trunk. Yeah. Lock him up.
Yeah, peach and berry. Peach and berry. Sure. Look, guys, out there having beer. Set up 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Gin and tonic with it?
We always like in Boston.
They don't wear
What's that doing? That's what 43. 50 years next convention.
50-year anniversary. Who is that?
That's enough. Okay. Remember Robert Osama?
Oh, where's he at? Where's he at now? Where's he
I
at?
don't know. Can get a hold of him. Robert Osama. Remember Footpack?
Go back to California.
Sunday. We hope you once again open your heart to the same great sacred ground where you grew up as a boy, when you cried and you laughed and you learned how to make yourself into a man. We're very proud of all of you. We ask you to take part in as many of the events as possible tomorrow and also on Sunday.
George. Hit it. All right. Bender had his hand on my ass.
Sunday night. Well, I'll even see you tomorrow at the bank.
It was smooth. Well, what caused everybody to leave was over at the visitor center. Freddie Griff.
Okay, I'd like to make a informative speech about the Alumni Scholarship Fund. The Alumni Scholarship Fund itself is an identity unto itself. In other words, we're a legal, organized group of people with board of directors, president, secretary, and treasurer. We have a tax-exempt number, and the alumni, of course, do not. And anything that is sent into the Alumni Scholarship Fund, why it is tax-exempt. So let me just give you a brief rundown, because there are quite a few faces here that I probably, other than reading it in the alumni news, I don't know too much about the Scholarship Fund. The Scholarship Fund was organized in January 1965. Prior to that, Doc Carlotto, Tom White, and Larry Kennedy, and I don't know, there was about a dozen of us that got together, and we sold fruitcakes around the campus, and as soon as we got accomplished, it took us about 4 years to get $5,000, and that was kicking off in 1965 when we arrived at our first $500 scholarship. Since that time, we have moved along quite rapidly.
Can I just take a few minutes to give you kind of an update on what's going on at the home and around the United States, and then I'll take any questions, and then I'll talk to you later about the other stuff that is coming up, if that's all right. Here on campus, what you see in front, you see Dodge Street is being torn up. That's going to be a 4-lane divided highway. And there's going to be a diamond interchange right down there where they're burning the trees right now. And that's going to be an entrance into Boys Town. And we had to work real hard with the state of Nebraska to get that entrance. They didn't want to give it to us, but we did accomplish it. And it's going to be done not this Christmas, it's going to be done the next Christmas, Christmas of '92. And second thing is, you will see now on campus a new chapel, a Protestant chapel. And it's Chambers Chapel, and we're real proud of that chapel. The reason we're real proud of that chapel is because, well, 2 reasons. Number one, it's my own firm conviction that we ought to have as nice a place to worship as possible for both Catholics and Protestants, and not one real good and one sort of less good. You know what I mean by that, folks? And we worked real hard on that. And a guy gave us that chapel. He gave us $2 million. And like we just prayed real hard, and the guy just showed up.
Tell him the story. Tell him the story.
Yeah.
We want to hear this.
Tell them about the phone call, fellas.
And it really did work. And but I guess the way I say it to visitors when they come, I say, you know, if there's anything that is ailing our kids today, it's spiritual. It's right at the roots of their soul. And so we probably have to emphasize religion a little bit more today in a new way than even when you were here. It's a different one. When we don't cram it down kids' throats, but on the other hand, the basic thing, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, the basic thing that's afflicting them is they ain't got no hope. They just don't have any hope, any reason to hope in this world. And I'll describe that in just a minute. Third thing, notice between the 2 chapels, if you get some time, either in the morning or in the evening, go over and walk in that garden of the Bible. And you notice there's a fountain over there. Next time you come, I hope we got 3 or 4 fountains throughout here. Yeah, Ronnie.
Father,
This guy went down here at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock this morning, Father, I went through there. You got oleander bushes. They grow wild in Vegas.
Yeah, I know they do.
You planted them there?
Yeah, the reason we're planting anything, Ronnie, that's in the Bible. Now I will tell you, in that little pond up there weren't any fishes in there. So myself and 3 of the kids from intensive teaching, we went down to the lake and we caught 4 bullheads and threw them in there. So that is now Bullhead Lake in the Garden of the Bible. Next thing that we're doing, we will start this summer, probably in about 2 weeks. Any of you remember what a convent is? Okay. The convent has been sitting empty. You know, the sisters left. I mean, of course, they left every place, I guess. And, you know, they just aren't around. And we're going to make the convent, we have so many people coming for training here. We have as many as like 10,000 people coming here for training. And we're going to make that into a building, and especially our own people, the employees in the various places in all 9 states and 11 sites. That's expensive for us to use motels. So we're going to make that into a place where they can actually live when they go through training. And if that building is reinforced concrete, Father Flanagan built these things so an atom bomb could hit the sucker and knock it down. And then the next thing that's going to happen, that the warehouse on 144th Street, there's a laundry in there. We don't need laundry, and that's being taken out, and we're going to make that into our direct mail operation. You know, we still send out to everybody across the United States. And let me just then go and run through the United States and tell you what we're doing where. A kid came the other day. Were any of you over Friday when we had the swearing-in ceremony for the new kids? Every Friday, 12:15, if you're around, come on over. We swear new kids in. You get 5 days of orientation. You see the old movie of Mickey Rooney, Spencer Tracy. You go to Father Flanagan's tomb. You go to Father Flanagan's house. You sit down and talk about why you're here. Honestly, not any BS. And at the end of all of that, then you get sworn in as a member of this village, part of our family. Financial. When I go to see the high rollers, I want to be able to tell them, hey, what are the alumni doing? They're helping me. I'm giving only $1. You know what I'm saying? They're helping. They're helping. The other thing I'd ask you to do is, at Christmas time, most hands-on request, send Christmas cards in. You know what I do with the Christmas cards? So many of you wrote Christmas cards last time. They're reading to the kids. I take them over to Wagner School, the little school, and I put them on a big table. I say, between classes, come over here. Open one of these cards. You ought to see all those kids over there reading these cards. From you guys. Dear boys, I remember when I was there. You know, I remember the Christmas. I remember how tough it was. You know what I'm saying? They love it. Oh, yeah, you mean all these guys would write to us? One kid said. I said, yeah, they'd all write to you. We got a Boys Town prayer book. The kids wrote the prayer. They're pretty sad prayers. They're pretty sad prayers. One of the kids gave them out on Ash Wednesday. One of the kids was walking over to school the day after Ash Wednesday, and he had his book bag with him. Cedar Doll is his name. And I said to him, he said, boy, I sure like that new Boys Town prayer book. And I said, great. How come you like it so much, Clinton? He says, Jesus has got some great prayers. And by the way, he's a Catholic kid. He said, you know what, Father? He said, I learned how to say the rosary last night. I was right in there. He says, you know that rosary has 50 Hail Marys in it? I noticed that, I said, and I said, a lot of guys didn't know it. At any rate, he said, I like that prayer book so much, he said, I'm taking it over to school this morning, so when I go out of instructional control and have to appear at the principal's office to be punished, I can say a few prayers before the I said, always a good idea to say a prayer before they hang you, son. Always a good idea. That's the kind of stuff we're into. And I will tell you, and I truly believe this, the spirit among the alumni every year gets better. I truly believe that. Every year gets better. There are more people coming back. There are happier people coming back. Do you know what I'm saying? And it really is working.
Thank you for your input. I learned a lot just by listening to you and what you've been doing to stay abreast of the needs of our youth today, because we're trying to build not only former alumni, but citizens that's going to be involved with our country. The greatest country on this earth, as far as I'm concerned.
You bet.
I taught school. I jumped at an opportunity, payback time, you might say,
You bet.
for all the good things I got here on the program. It was a dropout prevention program in San Diego. It was one of the 5 schools that's picked out in California. And the reason I'm not longer there, because of funding, goes back to the old dollar. But it was one of the hardest jobs I ever had, but one of the most enjoyable jobs that I had. I'm going to tell you back, I never worked. One thing I heard about what we're trying to do, and I learned something, you take these tools, a little bit of everything, and you use these tools for yourself. One thing I've learned, you don't want to look at my experience portfolio, because I've got a resume that's so long, and I haven't had the good fortune to work in a particular job. But one thing I learned as I learned teaching this youth, one of it, is learning to be adaptable. And in this present day, we have to learn to be adaptable, because times change, industry's changing. But one thing I learned there was a test. And as you get a little older and you mature, it's a self-interest evaluation program. Because as you get your skills and your interests change, you find out where the needs are being required in the business community. And you have to key in on those and focus in on those. Of working well with the State Employment Service, and whatever other human resource. I'm glad to see you doing that, Bob.
Okay, so one last thing, and then I'll stop. Maybe some of you are saying, and one of you mentioned, hey, you're expanding awful fast, and that's kind of scary. It is kind of scary. I believe in that.
Father Flanagan did that.
Yeah, see, that's what Father Flanagan did. We're taking this baby, we're taking Boys Town right out to the edge. And we are on the edge now, and we're going to show either we got what it takes, and I know we got what it takes. But our only choice when you go out on the edge is what? Great success or great... Yeah, or fall off the edge. Well, that's where we are, brothers, and that's where we intend to be, and we need your help being out there. Thanks a lot.
All right. My friend Pat Redden's here. He's been nominated to be a judge by his peers. I hope he become a judge, because he will render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, to God the things that are God.
Annual Boys Town National Alumni Convention. Today is a very special day. We have a proclamation here from the City of Omaha. Mayor P.J. Morgan has declared today Boys Town National Alumni Association Reunion Days. I'd like to introduce an individual who graduated 1 year before I was born. I was born in 1959. He'll be presenting the golf trophies. Mike Trevino.
Hey, Mike. Relation to Lee?
He wishes. Let's play a good golf site.
Yeah, he admired my class ring that I proudly wear on convention years, and said, yeah, I was born the year right after that. I was out to help the guy out. I've been advised and instructed and otherwise threatened to keep this brief, so I'll do as much. I would like to say one thing. The golf tournament, in case anyone occurs to anyone, is self-sufficient. We charge enough for greens fees, etc., with an override to procure trophies, etc., so that started off as a little bit of a get-together. You know, the Ugly Brothers, Renders is their name. I used to get together with them on Fridays before convention just to play a little bit of golf and have a good time, and it sort of transpired into what we're doing now. This is only the second convention we've had it organized. We had, for the first time, some ladies join us. Can you hear me? We played a scramble this year, which a four-man team, best ball, which kind of makes it a little more fun for everyone, because when we play medal play and it's one-on-one, we get a little bit, you know how Boys Town competitive spirit is, it gets a little nasty out there. We were joined this year by, Father Hub joined us this year, and it was an exercise in restraint, not to teach him a few expressions that we enjoy on the golf course. But anyway, I'll start off with the awards and get this over with as close as I can. Is Leo Majors here? Leo came in and he's got 2 trophies here, closest to the pin and the longest putt. Come on and get these. Not too bad for an old guy. There you go, Frank. Madge is not here, right? Okay. The team winners, I'm going to call out the winners and then we'll get this going.
The Father Flanagan Award goes to Andy Olivo, our national president. Andy came to Boys Town early in the 1960s and graduated in 1966. His leadership became apparent early on by becoming assistant commissioner and commissioner 3 years running. Presently, he is on active duty in our military forces. He has been very active in the Alumni Association for the past several years. One of the tasks our past national president Robert Keeter charged Andy with was the erection of the Armed Services Memorial. Today, you will be witness to the culmination of many, many, many years of persistence and hard work by all the alumni. It is during your term of office, Andy, that we will finally recognize a monument dedicated to the men and women of Boys Town who have served their country with pride, dedication, and resolve. On behalf of all the alumni, I present you with the honored Father Flanagan Award, which reads, Boys Town National Alumni, Andy Olivo, in grateful recognition of outstanding leadership as a president, 1989-91, July 27th, 1991. Andy?
Larry's been around here a long time, as you all know. He was here back in 1937, graduated 37. He was the mayor of Boys Town. He played baseball. In those days, as you recall, when you played sports, anybody who was available and so forth, you know, they played football, baseball, basketball, everything. He was an outstanding baseball player, and he went on and played for a couple of years, I believe, with St. Louis Browns, professional baseball. And then after that, he came back, served with the FBI, and then came back to Boys Town and has been in here ever since. He has done a great deal for Boys Town and for all of us, and therefore I think he really deserves this award. Thank you very much, Larry.
This afternoon is my distinct honor and privilege to recognize one of the ladies that's been a stalwart in the auxiliary since I can remember, and I haven't been around quite as long as some of y'all with a lot of frost on stuff, but she's been here as long as I've been here. She's a reflection, if you will, a representative of all the women, all the spouses of the Boys Town guys. If you look around the room, one thing you've realized, Boys Town guys can spot great-looking women. Just look around the room. That's one of the things we're sharp on. And this is just a kind of reflection and appreciation of Pat Kuhn's efforts over the years for all the work she's put forth in behalf of the Alumni Association. Pat, would you please come up?
Here comes Father, watch it.
Our dedication of the Alumni Armed Services Memorial will begin with the presentation of colors by the Boys Town Color Guard. Would you all please stand? Would you all please join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Colors, present, arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Colors, order, arms.
Remain at attention for the national anthem.
Colors, parade, rest.
We would ask Pastor Don Sarton, Chief Protestant Pastor at Boys Town, to please present the invocation.
Will you pray with me? Our Lord and God, we are thankful for the beauty of this great day and of life that you have given to us. We are thankful for this place that have nurtured the lives of so many people. As we come to this dedication, we ask that your Spirit be upon those who have given of themselves, who have sacrificed themselves for freedom, for this great country. We ask that your blessing be upon those who are gathered here this day. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Father E.J. Flanagan, the founder of Boys Town, was an immigrant. Like so many others who came from far-off shores to become American citizens, he dearly loved the country that adopted him. He was very proud to see his boys learn the principles of democracy taught at Boys Town and pay back, yes, pay back, by serving their country in the armed forces. It is easy to love one's country after a victorious and short war in a Persian Gulf where there were few casualties. The graduates of Boys Town have loved their country when it was tough to do so. They fought year after year in the long Second World War when so many of our boys gave their lives. They fought in a war in Korea that was half as popular and twice as confusing politically. And they fought in a war in Vietnam that divided this nation more than anything else in this century, a war characterized by moral ambiguity and political confusion. And homecoming for our boys was a lonely and even alienating experience. Yes, Father Flanagan's boys have loved this country when it was tough to do so. And they have also fought proudly in the Persian Gulf because their country asked them to. And they were prepared even there to make the same sacrifices, even unto life itself. Yes, our boys have loved their country even when it was difficult to do so. They have passed the most difficult test of patriotism. Will you love your country when it's not easy to do so? Will you love your country when the price is set so high? And this Armed Forces Memorial honors each and every one of them. This place here is a place to honor the men and women of Boys Town. It is the place to inspire our boys and girls today and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. This is not the place to debate our conflicts. That's something we have the whole rest of the world to do in. Our boys and now our girls have passed the test of patriotism. They have paid the price. They love America because of its constant struggle, sometimes successful, sometimes not successful, to make freedom possible. Father Flanagan was never a soldier. He was a fighter. He served his country in an eminent way, in a different way, by making freedom possible for the homeless children who came here to this village. He did not ask what his country could do for him. He asked what he could do for his country. He taught the citizens of Boys Town not to ask what their country could do for them, but what they could do for their country. He too had passed the test of patriotism, and we're proud of his boys and girls who would do so in increasing numbers year after year. Finally, I want to thank the Boys Town National Alumni Association for building this Armed Services Memorial and giving it to the village and to the home. This symbolic gesture of giving back to the home is mighty, mighty impressive. It marks the opening of a new era, a new relationship between Boys Town and our beloved sons and daughters who are alumni. I am hoping that you will increasingly give back for the very simple reason that we are increasingly helping larger and larger numbers of boys and girls each year. I want you all to know that we are proud of every boy and girl who has served in the armed forces. And those who are here today, we're mighty proud of them, each one of these young men over here, and those who are in our audience. They continue the struggle to make freedom possible. Father Flanagan's struggle was to make freedom from abuse, freedom from neglect, freedom from want, and freedom from violence possible for the boys of his day. For us, this whole town is a special memorial to a war started by Father Flanagan that continues today. It has the horror of every war. Our children are dying increasingly on our streets. Our families are dying. Let this memorial and let this town be a call to arms. I say, God bless America. God bless Boys Town. And God bless our boys and girls in the service. Let's have a nice hand for all of them. I now ask the Right Honorable Mayor of Boys Town, Sarah Williamson. Sarah, would you, Mayor, would you please come forward? You have a proclamation I think you want to read. Right? I have to read this first part as the clerk, and then the boss has to read the rest of it. Proclamation. Whereas for 75 years, Boys Town alumni, citizens of the village of Boys Town, have served proudly in the armed forces of America, risking their lives for democracy and freedom. And whereas the Boys Town National Alumni Association has erected a memorial honoring all those who have served and died in the armed forces.
Now, therefore, I, Sarah Williamson, Mayor of the Village of Boys Town, do hereby proclaim Saturday, July 27th, 1991 as Red, Blue, and White Day. In Boys Town, I urge all Boys Town citizens to recognize the valor and sacrifice of Boys Town veterans in memory of those deceased alumni and of all veterans. I hereby order that the flag be flown at half-staff from sunrise to sunset on the aforesaid day. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand this 23rd day of July in the year of our Lord, 1991.
We now ask Commander Lloyd Booker, class of 1947, U.S. Navy retired. Commander, would you please come?
Thank you, Father, guests, and my fellow alumni. May I try to put into words, in a short, brief message, some of what I feel here today, seeing this the dedication of this Veterans Memorial on these hallowed grounds where so many of us spent our youth, the thousands who have been here at Boys Town and now across this great country of ours in various homes that Father Peter is arranging to take some of the sting out of today's society. The youngsters struggling so difficult, having such difficult time in a modern world. We're all fighting for the same thing. We're fighting for freedom, for families, to reunite families, to bring us as a country closer together. I don't know of a family in my entire military career that I've ever found more closely adjusted than these people that I went to school with out here at Boys Town and that I see coming into the world in recent years. I don't know of anybody who's more successful in raising children and giving them the ideals and the hope that sometimes is hard to come by for a youngster when the hope isn't there as it should be in a nurtured family. But here, I was proud to go in the service. I am proud of the 28 years that I served this country. I am proud of every single graduate of Boys Town who went into the service and did their duty to this country. It has been worth it. We have seen in the last 2 or 3 years almost the total collapse of what I believe was properly described by Ronald Reagan as an evil empire. I'll tell you right now that the 300+ people who gave their lives for our country in the service of this country are among this nation's most valued heroes. I'm proud to have been part of the effort to contain communism. I'm prouder to have been part of the effort that our country makes to extend freedom to peoples all over the world, to get them out from under the heel of totalitarian regimes here and there. I'm proud to be an American, and I speak on behalf of every single Boys Town graduate that went into the service. Whether they came out a buck private or a 4-star general, don't make a rat to me. Thank God for Boys Town.
Boys Town alumni to please hold your hand in blessing over this shrine. And we would all please bow our heads and pray. O God our Father, as the bells in our chapel ring, we ask you that the blessings that you bring upon us come upon our hearts and homes. We ask you to bless this memorial, all the boys and girls who have served their country and all who will serve their country, especially those who have given their lives. We ask you to bless them now and forever. Amen. Would we please ask all the balloons to rise in the air as a symbol that our prayers have gone up to heaven. To please come forward.
About face. Forward. Mark.
Spirit Corps, please, cadets. Correction, it is Colonel Olivo.
Right out the back door. Oh, thank you. Not the prison. No, no.
I just couldn't resist it.
All those people see you in Florida. Yeah, here we are.
some in your luggage down there. And it exploded. Exploded in the plane.
look for him out here. He's not an Assumption parent.
He was older. I remember Father Farrell. He was smoking.
Where you going?
Very. This isn't going to run till October. They were a little disillusioned with the crew that they hired.
Coming this way so you can take my picture.
Is that right?
Charlie, I don't see you.
Teeth, come on, down here. Down here, Teeth, come on. Come on, come on.
Check one more!
Okay, one more.
We may not have any hair on top of it.
Father, Father.
I'd like to hear his confession.
Hey man, I'll be taking a picture of my food and shit.
The guy with the fork.
Hey, Soup. Hey, Soup.
Yeah. Oh man, don't you start with that. How do we do this? Well, I come here and get it. I'll give it one hell of a shot. Now it's about with the coach. They have like. Could we get a?
Yeah, so I was talking with Jim Guest.
Where you live, boys? Down here.
Captain.
The second.
Well, I don't know if he's here. Larry last night. I left the bank right after. We got a dog and we don't go take care of it. But I looked at you and I said, I know that guy. I told the wife, I said, Charlie. I left the safety ship in there.
Go!
So in love are we.
Bobby Hicks.
He's been tricking her since he's seen him. You got nothing.
Oh, you know who? George Smith. You know the one I got, the one they put in the paper? Charles Powell and another guy, their names are switched.
Switch the name?
Yeah.
Look, you mean that graduated? Your head on a picture?
Yeah, graduated.
That would give me 40 years. So what we got into now is like the last contract we had. We're going to get into one of the 401ks. I appreciate you. And my kids are getting the benefit of learning because I show them what I got from you. Especially like, you know. Okay, hey, I tell the kids, I tell these guys all the time, and I use this when I was in the when we went to Philadelphia, first play of the game, the special, spread.
Mom, say hi. Hi, Mom. Send money. Send money. Send money. We got money right here. Hey, Marty. Hey, we need a guy. Hey, Trevino. Yeah. I said about us, we ain't been looking at about it all the time.
See you later.
That's Alice Lee. She's 14 years old. And she's a Papillon.
That guy, that's fish 27.
You're the class of 51. Please get on down here.
Thanks a lot.
We'll sell it
next time. $2
Let's do it. Yeah, grab her feet.
Hey.
Hey, we're on camera. Wave. All right. I know. I didn't say it was him, but I thought it was on fire.
Jump back, Marty.
Keep talking.
This is a movie camera. See, we can move and talk. We can be animators.
Hey, Dad, wherever you are.
You want it on film.
Charlie!
Blackmail me.
Say it!
No, I know nothing. My lips are sealed.
What'd you say?
My lips are sealed.
Oh, really?
I know nothing.